On April 28th, I'll be visiting the Massachusetts Medical Society and its Committee on Global Medicine and Environmental and Occupational Health. They're sponsoring the opening of my Drops of Life tour. Over the next 2 years, I'll be visiting health organizations and universities with a dynamic, big-screen, one-hour journey through the health and environmental currents of life's most critical substance, water. The origins of the tour date back 2 years. In the follow-up of the launch and tour of Al Gore's An Inconvenient Truth on Global Warming, several parties realized that there needed to be a follow-up tour on the health issues related to water. One thing led to another, and the Duarte Group in California, who had developed the Gore piece and reviewed my Healthy Waters website at www.healthy-waters.org, reached out. And here we are, 2 years later, thanks to the leadership of the Massachusetts Medical Society, with our opening to be followed soon by a presentation at the annual meeting of the Water Environment Federation. The timing couldn't be better. As the nation looks to health care reform and health prevention, health itself is now being redefined as the capacity to reach one's full human potential. Clearly, the quality and availability of water, air, and soil are critical to health potential. Environmental issues are today health issues. But in the middle of a monster financial crisis, can we afford to worry about water? Well, in the lead up to the 2008 election, domestic issue number 1 was gas prices. Number 2, food prices. Number 3, health care prices. Roll it all together, the economy. Back then, Don Elder, president of the River Network, a national organization that supports the efforts of state and local river conservation organizations, said that the fastest way to save energy and money was to save water. He said, quotes, "Saving money by saving water will keep coal and oil in the ground, carbon out of the air, water in our streams, and money in our pockets," close quotes. Now, if you're like me, you're not immediately seeing the connection between water, money, and energy consumption. So let's take a look at it. On the city side, think pumping, transporting, capturing, and cleansing, all of which take energy and dollars. On the domestic side, think heating and dumping, which of course demands that someone catch, transport, cleanse, and redistribute what you dump. Municipal water treatment plants consume 75 billion kilowatts of electricity in the U.S. each year. That's 3% of our total energy consumption at a financial cost of $4 billion. And that doesn't count the carbon footprint associated with all that waste. Carbonization-induced global warming impacts are enormous and expensive. Any water that goes almost anywhere, whether it's to our homes, our factories, or our fields, can't get there without pumps. Once there, from factories to homes, we often heat the water. And heating uses energy and costs money. Keeping your kitchen faucet on for 5 minutes to heat the water is like keeping a 60-watt light bulb on in the house for 14 hours. Your hot water heater is the 3rd largest energy consumer in your entire house. Now, times are tough economically in our homes, factories, and communities. Water conservation is low-hanging fruit. But will saving water be possible, and how would you go about it? Well, you do it by conservation, by efficiency, and by reuse. Conservation is a matter of adjusting our habits, and efficiency is about using new hardware. Neither adjusting habits nor changing hardware, as it turns out, involves much hardship. First, we each consume an average 200 gallons a day of water in the U.S., which is out of control. Less running the faucet, less flushing the toilet, less sprinkling the lawn, less time in the shower. It's simple, really. Patriotic and smart. Think behavior. Keeping your kitchen faucet on for 5 minutes to heat the water keeps that light bulb going for 14 hours, as I said. And your hot water heater, which is the third largest consumer in the house, can be turned down to 90 degrees rather than at 125 degrees, which is where it is in most homes. Keep your eyes open for the advances coming around the corner as well. Less than 1/3 of the water we use needs to be pure. Said in another way, 2/3 of the water that we consume is used to flush toilets, water lawns, and other stuff like that. In the future, as we replace appliances and water systems, we'll be going to systems that reuse and recycle. So, for example, the water that you use in the shower will be able to be used to flush a toilet. The water captured by your roof drains instead of running off will be available to water plants. Technology will help, like new toilets with a double flush to choose from. Small flush for liquid, large flush for solid. 1/4 of the water used by the average American family goes down the toilet, literally. Rainwater harvest is already here in homes and in buildings. The new Bank of America Tower in New York City has a ceiling footprint that captures 100% of the rainwater and directs it inside for use. Home rain harvesting can generally meet 20% of home consumption uses. Now, throwing away wastewater is, well, wasteful. Conservation, well, that's just habits retooled by education, good citizenship, and financial disincentives tied to waste. Efficiency, that's just new hardware. As things wear out, you replace them with EPA WaterSense certified appliances. And as for reuse, think rainwater and envision your home with at least 2 supply systems, one with pure water, the other with gray water. And don't let that rainwater escape. All water-related energy consumption in the U.S. equals 300 billion kilowatts a year. Water is energy, and energy is dollars. Want us off of that foreign oil? Want our air clean of carbon? Want our temperatures stabilized? Want our country to bounce back quickly from this financial disaster? Well, join your doctors. Think water, water, water. For Health Commentary, I'm Mike McGee.